Are you feeling sad, lethargic, or poor? Well, I'm here to tell you that the problem is you. But lucky for you, I have the secret to change every single thing in your life. And the secret comes from a book called The Secret. And since I'm 20 years old and live in my father's beach house, well, I'm the perfect person to be your new spiritual life coach. I can help coach you into thinking positively because all you need to do to be successful is think positively, just like me. I mean, hey, I've never had a negative thought in my whole entire life, and I can tell you I've manifested so many riches. Some people call it scamming all of my Instagram followers into believing that I have some special secret code and I can make it into a tangible course to sell to you now. I'm sure we've all seen these types of posts on Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is, and it has become cringy to me at best. So today we are going to break down exactly how and why these spiritual life coaches slash wannabe cult leaders are really actually problematic and why you should never give them a cent. So sit back, relax, and take a deep breath. It's time to let the fresh air in. Hi, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin, and I am fascinated by all things cults, true crime, and unique spiritual practices. I like to post a video on one of these topics several times a week, so if you're into that sort of thing, please consider subscribing because I would absolutely love to have you here. We are so close to 15,000 subscribers, so please consider subscribing. I can't wait to share the celebration of that next milestone with you. Now, I am really excited for today's video. It's a little bit different. We're focusing a little bit more on the spiritual aspect of these things because when I look at my social media, honestly, all I see are a bunch of wannabe cult leaders. I mean, we call people who like our content followers, for goodness sakes. And then the algorithm only pushes out more content that it thinks that we will be interested in. So we are automatically just like shutting off all of our critical thinking. I mean, it really speaks to a larger problem, which is internet safety. And speaking of internet safety, I want to share the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Now, I've talked about them before, and I am a huge fan of theirs because I used to get spam calls literally nonstop. It's really scary to think about how often we just volunteer all of our personal information because we just want to like go buy a concert ticket. I mean, did you know that Ticketmaster was recently hacked and the data from 560 million users was sold on the dark web? I mean, that is absolutely horrifying. I mean, the data stolen isn't just your name, your address, your email, the rest of your contact information. It's even your credit card information. I mean, we have all of this data just sitting on our phones ripe for the stealing. And you're probably thinking, well, I'm sure Ticketmaster like took care of it. No, they didn't, because they didn't think it would have a material impact on overall business. And that's a quote, a direct quote. But with Aura, I don't have to worry about any of that because I'm going to get alerted immediately if any of my data is leaked online or is found on the dark web. And it removes my information from data brokers' websites so I don't get spammed so much. And that's not all Aura does. I get transaction monitoring, I get a VPN, parental controls, identity theft monitoring. I mean, it is literally full spectrum online protection. Protect yourself and your entire household for free for 14 days using my link. Just go to aura.com/let the fresh Erin to activate your 14-day free trial. That's aura.com/let the fresh Erin for 2 whole weeks of free data protection for you and your entire family. You can go ahead and find the link down in the bio of this video for easy, quick access to this incredible deal. Thank you again, Ara, so much for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I am no stranger to the law of attraction. I have my affirmations, I have my visualizations. I meditate every single morning. However, I can say that thanks to all of this cult busting I've been doing so far, I am much more skeptical about some of these practices. I don't know if I personally can say that law of attraction has any real viability or proof that it exists. Are there positive things that can happen if you visualize positive things for you and tell yourself positive things? Absolutely. But personally, I found that law of attraction can actually be a little detrimental to my mental health. I mean, I've even hired people to help me with my mindset and help me attract things into my life. And when those things don't happen, I feel worse than ever before. And I would feel like I was constantly on this roller coaster. Assume the best. The best doesn't happen. Now I'm depressed. Okay, I need to get back to that place where I assume the best. Furthermore, the law of attraction can imply that anything that happens to you that doesn't align with what you truly want is still your fault. Whether it's something inconvenient that happens or it's an actual traumatic event. There's this idea that you attract what you feel and how you vibrate. And if you vibrate at a certain frequency, you'll just attract that frequency. So, by that logic, if you were to say get into a car accident, well, you attracted that into your life, even if it was no fault of your own. It can be a really dangerous cycle, especially if you're someone that kind of fell into that same trap that I fell into. I'm doing all of the work. I am meditating every morning. I'm saying my affirmations. I am visualizing myself in that feeling of success. I am vibrating at a high frequency. I'm seeing repeating numbers. I'm having so many synchronicities pop up in my life. I'm seeing so many animal signs that everything I want is on its way to me. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. It's about to happen. My dream is about to come true. And then it wouldn't. And I would feel like it was all my fault, even though I had no control over the outcome on a real, tangible 3D level. So, if you're feeling like that, you might see someone online, a spiritual influencer, if you will, much like Kat Torres, who we just talked about this week in this video. And you might see them offering a course. Because if you can't train your mindset and you're feeling anxiousness, guilt, fear, concern, sadness, well, they're going to be able to help you switch all of that and retrain all of your trauma. And usually they cost an exorbitant amount of money. I want to give you guys some things to look out for when it comes to these spiritual courses. Whether or not you're into law of attraction or you think it's a bunch of woo-woo BS, there are also courses out there run by influencers that all seem to have very similar outlines. Whether it's a manifestation course or a grow your business course, they all have to do with mindset. So, since I told you guys I used to be very into the law of attraction ideology, there is somebody who I've been following for a long time on Instagram called Manifestation Babe. And she is all about that money manifestation, all about women being boss babes and starting their own businesses. And I think her website is a really good example of buzzwords that you need to look out for because you're not going to pay someone into financial abundance. That's just not going to happen. And furthermore, if you had the amount of money these people charge, you probably don't need a course about financial abundance, right? Anyways, let's just check out this website. Would you love to feel unshakable inner certainty to know that regardless of what life throws your way, you're going to thrive because that's just who you are? It's time to break through the fear, confusion, and doubt that's been holding you back so that you can finally live out your Holy F, dream life. Enrolling in the Manifestation Babe Academy means getting your MBA, our MBA, in manifesting. I'm sharing everything they never taught you in school, but absolutely should have. And this thing is so popular that you can't even sign up for it. You got to sign up for the wait list. So she's also going to share that she's just like you. She felt the way that you're probably feeling now, but she's also traveled the world and explored so many different religions that she is qualified to charge you for a coaching program about the inner workings of your mind. Okay? You're looking for that missing key that you just haven't found yet. You're wondering if there's some secret knowledge that successful people just aren't sharing with others. You realize that there must be something you just don't know. I certainly felt this way. So, what really changed for me? How did I become a millionaire by 25? I don't know. It was probably by claiming to be a life coach slash manifestation coach, and then you were able to scam a bunch of really vulnerable women into paying for a course where you teach things that are unteachable and untangible and can't just be found by some YouTuber for free online. Maybe that's what got you success. You didn't manifest it, you just figured out a way to scam all your followers. So, what really changed? How did I become the master manifester I am today? What was the switch that flipped that took me from being unable to afford Los Angeles rent to traveling the world full time with the love of my life and earning over 6 figures every single month? The answer? I simplified everything. I demystified manifestation. I made it easy to understand, and most importantly, easy to implement. I modernized and simplified complex ancient teachings that have been around for literally thousands of years so that anyone could apply them, including you, babe. Manifesting is actually very easy. You idiots, you've all been doing it so wrong. Manifesting is so simple, so easy. Just stop being sad and stop being poor, okay? Too bad you can't be like me and marry rich. Not saying she married rich, but from what I've seen, a lot of these spiritual manifestation coaches are either a la Kat Torres, funded by their sugar daddies and then claiming they somehow manifested magically all of these riches in this apartment and this life of luxury when really they just have someone who's paying for their lifestyle for them, which is fine, but just like don't call being a sugar baby manifestation unless that's what you really want and you're like, I want to be a sugar baby and I manifested it. That's awesome. Good for you. Go get them, girl. Just don't sell a course online claiming that you sat in your basement apartment at one point, envisioned this beautiful life in an apartment that you wanted to live in, and then it just kind of like happened for you, because that's not what happened. I also see people who have definitely come from wealthy families claiming that they just manifested all of this. And it's like, no, you didn't. You have had your entire life financed by your wealthy family. Don't say you manifested it. Maybe if you want to get really into the spiritual aspect of it, maybe your soul manifested into this womb and you came out and you were wealthy. Like, great, congratulations. But you're lying to your followers and getting them to spend so much money on your course because you claim to have the secret recipe for easy manifestation techniques. Stop telling people that achieving their goals is easy. It is not easy. It takes a lot of consistent effort. I think the law of attraction can be so dangerous, especially because we have people who are saying you can manifest your perfect body, you can manifest your perfect career, you can manifest a specific person into your life. Think Twin Flames Universe or any Twin Flames teacher. To put it simply, it is not that simple. The best way I can describe it is like if you want to see change in the gym. I have been going to the gym and lifting heavy weights for like 4 months now, and I'm finally seeing actual results because it takes time and consistency and motivation and dedication to go do almost the same thing every day without seeing an immediate result. Now, could I say, oh my gosh, I manifested my dream body? Yeah, sure, I could say that, but that wouldn't be accurate. I could say, oh, I had the idea that I wanted to get stronger. And so then I hired a coach to help me in the gym and who taught me what to do in the gym. And then I did what they told me every single day for 16 weeks. And now I'm seeing the results. Stop simplifying these things. It's dangerous to keep telling people that manifestation and achieving these goals and making a lot of money and manifesting your perfect partner, it's just so easy because when it is not easy for them, they get more depressed. And then what do? They need your coaching more. This is why it's inherently insidious for me because what's going to happen is someone's going to be down here feeling low. You're going to motivate them and make them think that they can manifest whatever they want. They're going to get really, really excited. They're going to think they're really close to their manifestation because they're not even doing anything. They're not putting any effort into what they want except for sitting and thinking about what they want. And then when what they want doesn't happen because they haven't taken any tangible action towards their goal, towards what they want, they start getting down here again and depressed. And then they come back to you and say, oh my gosh, manifestation babe, manifestation coach, please help me. And she's like, okay, take my course. Let me take more of your money. You can do it. It's all your fault. You just got to work on your mindset. And then you try again. And it just does this over and over and over again. Meanwhile, you're actually losing money because you're giving it to this woman who keeps telling you that you're the reason that you can't get what you want. And this goes a little bit further with a new manifestation coach I just discovered. And he's a much smaller coach, but he does call himself the number one mindset coach, which I just love when people who clearly are not number one at something just keep saying that they're number one at something. And you're like, you're not. What are you measuring that on? Oh, I know what it is. You're going to speak it into existence and keep telling people it and excuse that you're saying lies to people over and over and over again because you're just manifesting it and speaking it into existence. Give me a break. I feel like this video is coming across as very ranty, but it's just because I have been in so many low places because I was like practicing law of attraction every single day and blaming myself for so many things that was happening. And I just don't want it to happen to you. So that is why I'm very, very impassioned in this video today. So, Am God LOA posts, y'all got to understand, if the coach is doing their job, they are answering the questions, providing the calls, providing the tips, assignments, advice, overall, etc., and you feel it's still not working, etc. That's not really the coach's problem or fault. They did their part. If you, as the individual, are not applying what you have learned, then that's a choice decision that you have made, are making. That coach is not responsible for your feelings, and they are not responsible for you choosing to do what needs to be done. Their job is to guide you, be there for you, support you, etc. So are they a friend or a coach? Are they keeping you accountable or not? Because I know for my personal trainer, if she sees on my app that I'm skipping a bunch of workouts, she will text me and say, what's going on? Are you okay? Have you not been doing the workouts? Are they not working for you? Like, she immediately will try to make sure that I'm seeing the growth and transformation that I want to see. She's also tracking what I'm doing. But if you're not seeing the results and you hired a coach who says, hey, I can help you see results, and so you hire them and you do what they say, and then you don't see results, whose fault? Oh, it's still my fault. Oh, it's my fault because law of attraction says it has to be my fault. Because if I was doing the work correctly, I would be attracting all of these things into my life. But since I'm not, I am not doing a good job. And it's my fault, not the coach's. Give me a break, am God, LOA. Sorry for saying this so bluntly. You are the problem, not the coach. Sure. So there's another abundance coach named Shelley Bullard, and she has a program called The Embodied Millionaire, and this is her sales page for it. Tell me if you can relate. You feel limited when it comes to money and your lifestyle. You don't get to live exactly how you want to because, quite frankly, you don't have the funds to afford it. And this makes you feel smaller than you want to be. And you'll see this a lot, limiting beliefs that you're trying to manifest. But before you can manifest, you have to work through and reprocess all of your limiting beliefs because subconsciously you don't think you deserve success or the love of your life or money or your dream body or your dream home, all of the things. It's all your fault because you somehow don't believe in yourself enough. And that can be a fair argument. If you don't feel good about yourself or your capabilities, then you're probably not going to be able to get the motivation or determination or drive to move forward, right? So it's like, on one hand, absolutely, let's eliminate those limiting beliefs and like really believe in ourselves. But saying that that process is easy is really unfair and just not accurate because what if this person grew up in an impoverished area that doesn't have the same opportunities as you most likely did? What if this person experienced some kind of trauma and dealing with that trauma and trying to process that trauma has led them to get these limiting beliefs? So it's not just so easy as, oh, I'll just eliminate these limiting beliefs, even though I went through this intense emotional trauma. And what's always fascinating about these money manifestation coaches, they'll say, well, if you spend it, AKA if you spend it on my course, that means it will return to you multiplied times 3. It's the same thing if you've ever been in like a metaphysical shop. Like, obviously, I purchase incense, and every time I go in there, they say, if you feel pulled to an item, that probably means that you need it. And that is the same tactic that these coaches are going to use. They're going to say, well, if you want to attract more money, you have to work on your relationship with money. So you have to not be afraid to lose money in order to make money. That's what most of these people are going to say right away. And this is leaning more into like spiritual coaches, not necessarily law of attraction, but like life coach or hypnotherapy coaches that want to sell coaching programs so you can also be a coach. I just looked at my computer too and it says 111. Guys, that must mean that spirit is telling me that I am on the right track and doing good in sharing with you that law of attraction can be dangerous. I mean, it's 111, 111. It's a sign, everyone. It's a sign. But I digress. I want to share with you the sales video that I first saw that was the inspiration to me making this video. Why is it the happy birthday song? Like, what? What is this? Become a certified spiritual life coach. This is by Crystal Cook. You'll be a spiritual life coach, intuitive energy healer, and hypnotherapist. We're looking for soul-led women that want to use their intuition, energy healing, and trauma modalities to heal themselves and others. Because, of course, if you buy this course, you need to heal yourself first. So this course is not only going to be a course that you help yourself, you're also going to then be certified to help coach other people to heal themselves. And then maybe just like a pyramid scheme, you'll be able to sell those people who you've healed to also be coaches. And then there'll just be like a big community of a bunch of coaches that are all healed and will never be re-traumatized. Because that's also one of the promises that this group makes. Use your intuition, energy healing, and trauma modalities to heal yourself and others. Just like every other website we've covered, they ask you a series of questions or ask if certain things resonate. Since awakening, your tolerance for your purposeless career is dwindling and you're feeling burned out or misaligned. Buzzword. You feel the calling to be a coach and healer, but struggle with imposter syndrome and ask yourself, how am I supposed to heal others when I don't know how to heal myself? You see evidence of karmic lessons where you keep attracting the same cycles over and over again: lack of purpose, unhealthy relationships, financial fears, health issues, etc. You have core wounds, another buzzword, connected to your self-worth and or money and can't seem to break the pattern. You try to manifest, but your methods don't work and you feel like you're doing something wrong. You've achieved certifications in life, like coaching or Reiki, but you still feel stuck. Now, with this program, you're going to navigate the 3-pillar ascension plan. Sound familiar? Sounds a little bit like Jeff and Shalia's Ascension School. Pillar 1, you'll be guided through a profound spiritual and energetic healing process to purge the trauma, trapped emotions, and low vibrational energies that attract, lack, and cause karmic looping. You'll receive your intuitive activations and learn how to facilitate energy tracing, the Akashic records, remote viewing, and mediumship sessions. You'll become trauma informed to prevent re traumatization in clients. And you'll become trained and certified as a spiritual life coach, intuitive energy healer, and hypnotherapist. This includes past and interlife regression, which that alone, it's just so frustrating that they think that they can literally prevent you from being re-traumatized. Life is ongoing. It is lots of things that are unexpected can and will happen. And you're telling me that you have the secret to not getting re-traumatized ever again in your life, whether you lose someone you love or go through a dangerous situation, you just won't be re-traumatized? Okay. What? Pillar 3, you'll learn step by step how to create your signature business so that by the end of this program, you can shift out of unfulfilling work and into purpose. So you're going to get a ton of coachings. It's also self-led, so you don't have to sit in a lecture like you would if you wanted to go get a college degree. Yawn. You get to just buy this course and move through it at your own pace, which is also a tactic because they just want you to purchase this course, forget about the course, but they get the money. They don't really care if you become certified or not. So, guys, I bet you that this is expensive. And it is. All of that you're going to get this certification and trainings and all of these spiritual modalities for $3,233. But don't worry. This is going to be a massive sale and it's so valuable. And we have such a good relationship with money that we're going to give it away basically for free for just $97. I'm sorry, but there's no way this online program was ever worth close to $3,000. Ever. They're just trying to make you think that you're saving a ton of money and that this is a limited edition healing spiritual course. Now, my favorite point with this course is the frequently asked questions. And the first one is this program accredited? And they said that yes, it's accredited through the International Association of Therapists. And so when you first hear that, right, you're like, oh, that sounds legit. The International Association of Therapists, like literally all of the therapists in the world, like they keep track of all of them. No, they don't. This is in my opinion, fake accreditation. And it was made by a woman who wanted to sell more Udemy courses and like make herself look like she's actually certified. Basically, the website says the IAOTH was formed in 2016 in recognition of the fact that as an organization, a training establishment, or as a therapist, the internet has opened up the world as a potential client base for you. And most therapy associations limit their activity to the country they were founded in, or even the state. So what basically this is trying to do is, so in the United States, each state has its own board that therapists have to be like licensed through in order to practice. And so the International Association of Therapists has taken that actual real idea and decided that, oh, well, we just have to create an organization to say that we are accrediting practitioners of Reiki, of energy work, so that they can practice all over the world. That way, you can say you're a therapist and then go to Spain and remotely treat someone in Costa Rica because you're internationally accredited by this organization. The CEO of this is actually a teacher on a platform called Udemy, which has a lot of like training programs that you can sign up for and pay for, but they're just like anyone can throw a course up there. And so it's my belief that this is kind of like a sham. It's an organization that is accrediting courses to help spiritual scammers, for lack of a better word, just like sell their coaching. So it's like, oh, yeah, we're accredited by this sham of an organization that may or may not be legitimate and is not recognized anywhere else, as far as I can see, by like actual therapists, psychologists, psychotherapists, all of that. Like, there's not an international board of therapists. It's just like they made this website and said, we can help you accredit your course. And so then you can pay them to get your course accredited or sign up for this membership or whatever it is. And then you can create courses and claim that they are accredited. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I could find an accredited angel card reader or an accredited Akashic Records reader. I could find an accredited tarot card reader. I mean, this is not real, in my opinion. Like, this is not real. And I find it insidious and dangerous and predatory that there are these people out there who claim to be on a spiritual path and they're okay scamming people who are just seeking out help out of money and resources and time and energy, all for a quick buck, all for a quick $100. It's offensive and it's honestly a little disgusting to me. And if you are somebody who is feeling like you need some additional help or support, I would highly encourage you to seek out an actually accredited professional, someone who has a PhD, a therapist, a counselor. It I I saw some testimonial on one of these coaches' websites that said, like, this, ever since I joined this community, I've healed my depression. And a Redditor actually commented, I don't think that this person healed their depression. I think they have somebody who is actually listening to them and talking to them. And they feel like they have a community, and lack of support from a friend can cause depression. And if suddenly you have that support, you might think, oh, my depression's gone, when really you just needed more of a sense of community. So if you're somebody who is seeking out any type of spiritual/mental health support, do not get scammed into buying one of these courses. None of these people, no matter who they are on the internet, are going to be able to change you and how you look at money. You might get some positive tools that help you feel better about yourself and help you speak more positively to yourself and remind yourself of your goals. But these coaches, they're not going to be able to keep you accountable. They're not going to be able to help you get up every morning and move towards your goal. They're not going to actually be able to strip you of your trauma and your limiting beliefs so that you can magically and randomly attract money into your life. And some of you might watch this video and completely disagree with me. And honestly, that is completely okay. We're allowed to coexist, and different things resonate with different people. But when I look back at all of the things that I thought I had manifested out of thin air, it was actually me taking consistent steps every single day to work on that thing and approaching the thing that I want to achieve with a positive attitude and with optimism. Because if I didn't have optimism with whatever I was trying to achieve, I probably wouldn't keep doing it. And that's the real secret to being a successful anything, achieving any goal, is consistent, optimistic work every single day. And also, if there's a day that you're feeling like you just can't show up for yourself, you can't show up, that is okay too. Being gentle on yourself and understanding that you're not a machine. Some days are going to be better or worse than others, and that is all right. Now, guys, I would love to hear about your experiences with the law of attraction down in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What metaphysical practices, I suppose, still resonate with you? I know I shared that I meditate because it helps me clear my mind and quiet my mind. I love affirmations because I am someone who can have like very anxious thinking and thought patterns. So I do try to do some affirmations and visualizations to just remind me of where I want to go. It helps me stay motivated, stay on the path. But I don't know if I always feel like, oh, I'm just manifesting this thing into thin air. I feel better and more empowered when I'm able to say, no, I put consistent effort every day for a long time into achieving this goal and then I did it. That to me is the best way to retrain your mind and eliminate your limiting beliefs by looking at yourself, looking at what you've actually accomplished. And instead of saying, oh, I manifested it into thin air, it was so easy. Instead, you say, yeah, I worked hard at that and I'm capable of great ideas. I'm capable of putting in a little work every day consistently into achieving this goal. And also being gentle on myself if there's a day that I just can't show up in the same way. Because if I'm gentle on myself, I know tomorrow that I'll be able to jump right back into it because I believe in my abilities. To me, that feels a lot more empowering. That feels more like the energy I want to be vibrating from. I'm empowered, I'm capable, and I am going to move forward every single day with this attitude and with this energy because I've seen myself do it before. It's not just magically floating out in the ether and then happens for me. I am the one doing the work every day. Maybe you feel differently, maybe you don't, but let me know down in the comments below. I want to say thank you once again to Ara for sponsoring this video, and thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there, ask questions, and always stay skeptical. Until my next video, I'll see you soon. Bye.